They're a bunch of dirty-ass losers.
The countryside laid in waste. The sea littered with debris. Collateral damage was rampant across the internet. The war had taken its toll on everyone, and everyone wondered how we came to this place. Looking back, the escalation was clear, and the signs that this was coming were all so clear. For the Drunken Peasants, they were to face the greatest adversaries on all fronts, and there was no telling if the show would survive the attacks from their enemies.
Homeless in the desert, surviving on rats and pee. At least I'm not Brett Keane.
Coverage of crazy people on Drunken Peasants continued, and a Christian man known as Joseph Martelli was now covered. He had been covered way back on episode 56 and 57. On episode 203, he made another appearance on the Crazy People segment for his crazy belief that to solve the gay problem, they had to all be exiled to an island.
So I came up with a solution to how to deal with homosexuals and lesbians. Put lesbians on one island from when they can declare themselves a lesbian. Put them on one island. Endless supply of food. Luxury, beautiful island. Gorgeous island full of lesbians. Another island full of gay people and whatever. All that, whatever.
I'm talking about them as verbosely.
Endless supply of food, luxury, whatever. Now, obviously, they can't interact.
Okay, I want to
They're
point
on
out
the
that
one island.
you didn't come up with it for one. Yeah, like, first of all, I've heard this a million times. Second of all, it wouldn't work. He's indoors, but I can see his breath, so his house must be, like, freezing fucking cold. Unless he's on a patio or something.
Maybe. The problem is this. Okay, if I were a gay or lesbian, I would get behind this guy's idea 100% because it would mean I got shipped to a fucking island with nothing but other gay guys. I was given luxury and enough food, an endless supply of food
and luxury,
and he wouldn't be accomplishing anything because gay people are born to straight couples.
Yeah, there would just be new gays coming from the mainland all the time.
You know what, Paul? Yeah, you're really on something there.
Coverage of him had resumed, leading to Martelli demanding to be a guest on The Peasants. Meanwhile, Brett Keane was waging brush wars on smaller YouTube channels, striking them with false DMCAs to silence all opposition.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from God TV Radio. Make sure you check out my gaming channel, Games You Love. And also
Games
check out
Movies You Love. Wow, the brand new Movies You Love.
Like, we were making fun of him for just having games you love. Now it's movies and games you love.
At least we could take solace in knowing there's never going to be a books you love.
There are more people watching this video now live than will end up watching this on his channel throughout its entire history.
Easily.
I find that hard to believe.
By many times.
Yeah.
He's such a popular figure on YouTube.
He should be thanking us.
He should, but he's not going to.
Music channel.
He's probably going to file a false DMCA against us at some point.
Go ahead.
I can't wait, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, because then I would probably take up a collection to take you to court.
Yeah, I think we would.
And we've had people tell us before that they would help us do that.
I think we would sue him at that point.
Yes.
Yes, we would.
For sure. In fact, if you have received a false
don't doubt for a moment that we don't have the resources to do it.
Yeah, we definitely do. But if any of you guys out there have the resources to, like, sue Brett for filing this false DMCA on you, like, if any of you can afford a lawyer and shit, do it. And in fact, even if you can't afford a lawyer, maybe just sue him in small claims court.
Tommy Sotomayor, a crazed mansion-renting man, had been in arguments with the peasants who were challenging his opinions and beliefs. Episode 216 had to be streamed on the Amazing Atheist channel, as Tommy had filed DMCA claims on Drunken Peasants episodes that had been using his videos, upset that he was getting owned by the peasants.
We're not our usual chipper selves today.
I don't know in the same place either.
Chipper, but why are we here on the Amazing Atheist channel? That's a good question. I don't know. Oh, I know. It's because a little fucking weasel named Tommy Sodomizer. Oh, I'm sorry. It's pronounced Sodomizer. That's right. Tommy Sodomizer.
Yeah, Sodomizer. Correct.
No. Sodomizer. No, Sodomizer.
Oh, Sodomizer.
Tommy Sotomayor. Sodomizer. He has false DMCA'd us. He's decided that fair use doesn't apply, as so many obtuse morons have before him. And just like all of those other obtuse morons, like Daddy Derek and, all the other morons who have filed false
claims. Be mean to me.
Jenny McDermott, whoever else, they're all stupid. They always lose, but they always fuck you while you're going through the process, because of course YouTube automatically takes the side of the copyright holder even when they're a moron. And
we have to wait up to 10 business days.
So it looks like we'll be streaming from over here for a while.
Here the peasants would threaten to sue Tommy unless he retracted the claim immediately. Tommy, meanwhile, was raising money against white liberals. The show went on, though, with TJ and Paul engaging in a weight loss contest, the loser shaving their beard.
How many calories did you ingest when you ate the pizza?
Oh, I didn't count that day.
Okay.
I took a little day off for that one.
Oh, sure.
But I was thinking this contest is inherently unfair.
Oh, here we go. I knew this shit was gonna fucking happen,
I was just saying,
this shit was lined out.
Maybe it should be based on body fat percentage law.
Listen,
you know what? If
you
go back to when we agreed to do this, I said, "Do you want to do it as a percentage?" And you're like, "Nah, just eat 30 pounds." So
yeah, but
you fucked yourself.
I've reconsidered.
I don't care.
Well,
it's already started, bitch.
But you know what?
Already started.
I'm gonna make it interesting though. I will raise the stakes as well.
No.
Well, let's hear me out.
I'm not changing a goddamn thing. You're gonna shave that fucking beard, TJ.
Because I'm
stop
losing 30
your face
pounds. Pizza, you retard.
Hold on.
You're in a weight loss contest. You're eating pizza.
Listen to me. If I win, or whoever wins, the loser not only has to shave their beard, but they have to have it shaved at a Drunken Peasants meetup with people fucking gathered around, pointing and laughing at them while they're shaved by their opponent.
No.
No. I'd be willing to add that as an addendum to our current fucking bet, but our current fucking bet stands. You don't just change.
Okay,
look,
so that's fine. No, it's fine. I mean, I just thought you might want to make the contest more fair, but apparently you don't think you can win a fair contest. That's fine.
No,
option.
Dude,
no, I'm just saying.
You had the fucking option. The great thing about this, TJ, is that the whole thing has been lined out on the fucking air.
Yeah.
Nothing happened behind
the
scenes about
I thought you guys might want to make this a more precise contest,
It was your idea to go with the
I thought you did too,
pound
TJ, but
loss,
obviously you didn't. So now that is passed.
Well, I think that's what the people want, man.
No.
You said
I think they do.
TJ, you said specifically, you know what, it's not even going to matter because Paul's ego is going to fuck up anyway, so I'll lose 30 pounds way before that fat fuck can. Fuck you. The bet goes on and you're shaving your face.
You just don't want to make it a more fair contest. That's fine. Say whatever you want. You just don't think you can lose as much a body fat percentage as I can.
Well, TJ gave up very early on in the contest, so that this was an uneventful contest.
All right, Paul's ego. You're a fucking monster, bitch. I forfeit. I can't win. You lost 11 pounds the first week. I lost 7 pounds the first week. And since then, I've only taken off an additional 2 pounds. So it's obvious that it's fucking impossible to beat you. You're a man with an iron will. And so, the beard must go. Say goodbye. Doesn't look too bad, I mean, I could have been a lot worse, I mean. Oh, God, what have you done to me, Paul? Oh, God, no. Maybe I can find the pieces and glue it back together. And this thing's won't be so bad, you know, just put it back on there. It's gonna be just as good as it always was. And just maybe get some glue.
Episode 223, Drunken Peasants returned to their channel, but only briefly, as Joseph Martelli would take a page out of Tommy's book and file his own false DMCA claim. He backed down pretty quickly, but this led the Drunken Peasants to create a false DMCA fund to help them with legal fees, as they stated their intentions to take legal actions against those that abuse the DMCA system against their show.
We have created a legal defense fund of sorts, a Drunken Peasants false DMCA defense fund. I'll just go ahead and...
Also this episode, the Peasants announced a meetup planned in Ohio, and many fans were excited for this event.
Well, you're never going to stop us. Sorry.
No.
If you want to stop us, bring a gun to our Columbus Meetup and kill us.
What the fuck?
That's the only way to do it. I'm sorry. If you really want to stop us, you're going to have to fucking...
Apparently they did stop you. Numerous occasions.
Speaking of the Columbus Meetup...
where you can stop us once and for all.
Little did anyone know this would become a major front on the war on the Drunken Peasants podcast. Enemies of the Drunken Peasants were making battle plans. Brett began pulling the strings in the background, and soon the Dirty-Ass Losers Treaty was signed between Joseph Martelli and Brett Keane to oppose the peasants' harassment of them. In episode 234, this alliance was clear.
Because he deserves it. He's a prodigy.
Who?
Today I'm going to praise Mr. Joseph Martelli.
Okay,
the fucking dream team is here.
Yep. Nobody does a death threat like good old Joseph Martelli. Like what a guy to fucking snuggle up to. Like a dude that's been dropping vague death threats for a week.
Yeah, and
killing people.
And a guy who makes a video every hour, and most of them are just about like Joseph Martelli here, about to eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
Ham and cheese.
Filming the sidewalk.
You know, he fits
Joseph Martelli here, standing in front of a brick wall. Just want to let you guys know I'm just another brick in the wall. Joseph Martelli.
Use guys.
He fits the most important criteria for somebody that Brett Keane will support, though. He doesn't like us.
Yeah.
So really, that's all he needs.
Martelli had a history of showing up to his detractors' residences to intimidate them, and Brett Keane would give the addresses of the peasants' residences over to Joseph Martelli, something that would come to light long after this incident. Martelli would make many videos and social media posts about attending the DP meetup in Ohio, some of them getting out of hand and making it seem like Joseph intended to attack the meetup with weapons. As the meetup date grew closer, Martelli had arrived in Columbus and was taking videos all around the peasants' hometown.
It's about 50 videos a day, so I guess it's forgivable that you haven't seen it, but you are subscribed to the guy, right? Like 90% of the videos he's made in the last 72 hours have been about us, about how he's in Columbus or coming to Columbus.
He lives 5 hours away from us. He has no business being here, aside from trying to threaten us.
Right. Well, if he does have business being here, he hasn't revealed it.
Yeah, and it just and if he does, it's a pretty crazy coincidence that it's happening when we're meeting with our fans tomorrow.
Here's a recent video.
Yeah, this is I might even be his most recent video.
Did you send Brett a link to it?
I think Brett, we're sharing screens with Brett.
Yeah, Brett can see this.
Right, let me take a look at it.
All right, here we go.
Oh. I can't hear the audio.
Hold on, we're gonna fix that for you.
Amazing Atheist and the Drunken Peasants grocery store. We have grocery stores in that.
Did we get that?
Called Tops.
I can hear it now.
Oh, okay.
They came to my city, and I seen that they were making videos at my grocery store. I'd be trying to find them and talk to them and confront them and be like, "Yo, let's settle this." But we know they're sissies. We know it. Peace.
Okay.
I don't even know what to settle.
Yeah, so there you go, Brett. There's Joseph Martelli. Now, he's from the New York area, as far as what he says.
He's from, like, Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Like, northern New York.
Yeah. So he's 5 or 6 hours away from us. There's a video of him from today standing at a local grocery store asking where we're at. You want another link? You can just go to his channel and click any video. 90% chance it'll be another one about this.
The peasants would play these videos and had managed to obtain Martelli's cell phone number and gave him a call on episode 235, the episode before the meetup.
So I do that. Why would you respond to a bad video?
Because that's what we do. That's the concept of the show.
We like to find people that make
bad videos.
Yeah. We like to find.
So somebody that's making bad videos is in your city, and you're still concerned about them. I'm a nobody, Mr. Amazing Atheist. Remember?
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, you've made all these vague threats and shit. So
about me and which hotel I'm at and blah blah blah.
Because you decided to come to our city during the time of our meetup and post all kinds of videos suggesting that you're going to try to do something.
I'm gonna try to do. What am I gonna do, Amazing Atheist? Tell me.
I don't know. Why don't you tell me what you're gonna do?
Yeah, these questions that you're asking.
I'm gonna chill in my hotel room. I'm gonna chill in my hotel room like I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna do what Joseph Martelli wants to do. I just got some pizza at that pizza place, and I'm gonna watch some TV. Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess it is. Tommy, okay? we got Tommy from the Bronx on this call too. I know you like Tommy. Tommy, you there still, buddy?
Hey Joseph, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, man?
Yeah, the best thing you could possibly do is stay in your fucking hotel room till you go back home, all right, pal?
Okay, Tommy from the Bronx. Hey,
Yeah.
this is Snagglefoot.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You come over there and start some problems. I'll smack the teeth out of your fucking mouth. You got that?
Okay, Snagglefoot. Having some Murgatroyd.
What? I don't know, dude.
You know
What?
the funny thing is, TJ. You know the funny thing is,
What's that, Tommy?
He probably took a picture of the video inside the lobby of Super 8. He's back in an alley somewhere. That's what he's used to.
I know. I'm really in Niagara Falls, guys. I'm really in Niagara Falls still.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, that's awesome. I didn't know they had a Mikey's Late Night Slice in Niagara Falls.
Well, maybe you should show up there one day. Get the guts and show up.
I'll be there tomorrow.
What do you mean if we have the guts to show up? So wait, your standard is I'm in your city, and if you have the guts to psychically know where I am and be there, what? What is it?
I had the standards of I was going to come to your meetup, and if you would have been like Joseph, if you want to relax and chill, we could have hung out and chilled and blah blah blah. But no, you didn't say, Joseph, you can come hang out. I ain't gonna talk about drama. I ain't got no fucking guns. I ain't got no fucking guns with me. Yo, I ain't got no fucking guns. Like
Keep saying, hey.
You fucking lying sack of shit.
Hey, make sure you...
Shit.
Yeah, make sure you get louder and louder, Joseph, because I want the cops to come and fucking haul you away for making insane ramblings in a Super 8. I want that to be the end of this.
You go. Shut up. You're useless. You're useless.
So Joseph, let me just give me a second.
Nothing, dude.
Now that's the game you're gonna play. No, you're not gonna say nothing. Oh, Jesus, Joseph. Yeah, you're in our city. Where exactly are you right now? What's the address that you're at right now?
Super 8, right? You said I'm at the Super 8, so that's where I'm at.
Which Super 8? No. What's the address? What's the room number? We'll bring pizza.
He hung up.
He hung up. Okay.
Yeah, so
there you go.
Okay, like I can smell the scent of pussy from here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This guy ain't gonna do shit. Don't know and worry about shit. Even by his own admission, he ain't doing shit.
Yeah, that's true.
So fuck him. All right. Just don't worry about it. He ain't gonna fucking be there. He ain't gonna do shit.
He was all like, "Well, if you invite me, we could hang out."
What the fuck?
Like,
do you want to hang out with?
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Look,
if you were actually
Joseph,
cool.
Joseph, I will say it again. If you legitimately can come and not cause a scene and just be cool and play video games and drink beers and it'll be okay, I don't give a fuck. If you can come and behave yourself, that's fine with me. But the second you start trying to start your shit, bad things gonna happen.
Joseph did arrive at the successful Ohio meetup, and accounts from people on the scene said once he was spotted, word spread quickly around the meetup. But immediately, Martelli bitched out away from the scene.
Joseph Martelli just showed up on scene. He's running. There's Joseph. Why are you running, Joseph? Why are you running? Mosef! Mosef Martelli!
Fuck you, Joseph Martelli!
There he goes. There goes Mosef Martelli. Fuck you!
Peasants fans rejoiced at the easy victory, unaware that Paul had gone missing. Somehow, someway, Martelli had Paul.
Yeah, Mosef Jartelli here. Yeah. We're here in Columbus, Ohio. Caught me a little piggy here. What's your name, little piggy? Oh, look here, it's the Paul's fucking ego! From the Drunken fucking Peasants! You ain't worthy of fucking Mosef Jartelli, bitch! I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth out! And I'm gonna fuck you in the face like them little sissy boys behind the porn store I used to fuck all the time! Actually, that was a lie, I never did that, but I'm gonna do it to you!
It is unclear how Paul escaped the clutches of Martelli, as it wasn't really addressed in episode 236, so perhaps the Mandela effect is to blame. The peasants further showed their power over Brett after TJ challenged Brett to show his gums on camera, as the manatee had no teeth. For some time, TJ's brother had been claiming episode 238 would be the best episode of the Drunken Peasants ever. Though this number had changed several times in the past, this was the most consistent the Kaiser had been, and the shit finally hit the fan. TJ's brother appeared fully masked on this episode, only stating when talked to that the truth will be revealed.
Watching that shit. The truth shall be revealed, TJ. The truth shall be revealed. All right, we'll see, I guess.
Oh, God.
About an hour in, Ben left the room to either have a quick jerky or grab some weed. But this was where TJ's brother attacked. The room was locked, and the Kaiser now held the show hostage at knife point, screaming to the audience. To show how serious he was, he held Scotty Cena up to the camera and killed him live on the show.
The tyranny of Ben dies!
They've locked Ben out of the room.
The tyranny of Ben dies!
Ben is locked out of this room.
The tyranny of Ben dies, Scotty says. She's chopping up Cena.
Peasants fans cried out at the terror as their favorite peasant was killed in front of their eyes.
Manatee! Ben's Cena doll is getting chopped up. This is the doll that Ben would not let Scotty take home with him. He said that was show property. I don't even know if Ben knows what's happening yet.
Before our eyes, Scotty was taking the show.
Your tyranny dies, Ben!
All right, man. All right, just be cool.
Be calm! Be calm, Paul!
Oh.
The show is now run by me!
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
the show is run by me!
You're the man, Scotty.
Scotty.
You're the man.
Just calm down, Scotty.
The show is run by me now!
All right.
Play a clip of the ponies!
The ponies?
Play the pony clip!
There's no pony clip.
Play it!
Okay, hold on.
Oh, shit.
Play the clip!
I'll find you a pony.
Play the clip!
I'll find you a pony clip,
Dude,
Scotty.
ponies?
Ben, though, got back into the room with the key and ended Scotty's terror and put him down before the truth could be revealed.
Censor!
Are you censoring him, Ben? Is that what's going on here?
Scotty, you need to drink more, dude.
I have been censored.
Look, he just tried to lock you out of your own room.
No, I didn't. TJ did that.
And then he had a whole diatribe planned, and then you just like found a key and let yourself in.
Yeah. It's all been ruined by lies.
Okay.
What kind of lies?
Scotty's awesome.
The lies of Ben!
I don't think I said enough.
Your cup runneth over, Ben.
Oh.
The lies and deceit of Ben. Ben, don't you pretend you Don't pretend, Ben, that you don't know what happened in Atlantic City.
Oh, shit.
I can't hold back the truth anymore,
Oh,
Ben.
my God.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Scotty, what happened in Atlantic City? Let us all know.
Oh, don't act.
It is still unknown to this day what exactly happened in Atlantic City, which this event had been mentioned several times before, but never clarified. We can only hope a leaker one day reveals the truth that Ben is hiding from the public. Episode 245, Dusty apologized to Dillahunty for the false dick-wanting claims he made about his wife and announced his triumphant return to YouTube, which was like 5 videos and then he went back to Facebook again.
Tommy Sotomayor coverage resumed around this time as well on episode 247, to which Tommy immediately began to complain.
So, we're going to go ahead and feature someone that we haven't featured on the show in a while here.
Who could it be?
It's someone that's basically saying...
Oh, dude, you know what? Describe it and see if people can guess.
Muhammad Ali, the greatest at cooning and colorism.
Oh, who could it be?
Just like most fake pro-blacks. Part 1.
Who could it be? I don't know. Who could it possibly be? It's a tennis court. Oh.
What's going on, everyone?
It's Tommy Sotomizer.
Tommy Sotomayor.
No.
Broadcasting live from Scottsdale, representing the NFC West.
Cool.
Rams.
DP would prepare a nuke to force Tommy Sotomayor to retreat into the shadows for some time by releasing a special on Tommy called Fatherless America, a special episode on Vimeo for rent that extensively covered Tommy. Tommy was distraught, ending up crashing his fancy-ass car, most likely while filming a video as well. The Manatee, having another ally defeated, took matters into his own hands and... Wait, I thought he left YouTube. Anyway, episode 254, it was clear the peasants had to up their defenses against Brett and launched a segment solely to covering the Manatee, as he had become the king of the crazy people segment.
We actually have a new intro for a new segment. Here's the intro for the new segment.
Cool.
Individual situation. Check out the beautiful asshole.
The individual Brett Keane segment situation.
Wow. The peasants would also raise funds for the war through more merchandise sales, releasing a Manatee mac and cheese shirt, which had all of the jokes for the show's war with Brett, like individual and situation, his favorite words, and his love for mac and cheese, as he obviously needed it to survive, as he couldn't put it down during his videos. The peasants knew they'd get at least one purchase from a Patreon guest and fan of the show, Shirt Guy, who got his name from showing off all of the DP shirts as he bought each and every one of them. Unlike many Patreon guests, Shirt Guy was actually pretty well received. His funding probably kept the peasants afloat during the Manatee Wars. The peasants would need it, as Brett had figured out that TJ was the weak link in the podcast. For years, he stated that the only thing holding the peasants afloat was the amazing atheist, and now he had the evidence he needed to bring him down, thus destroying the peasants forever. On episode 259, the peasants were forced to address rape allegations against TJ from someone who called into one of Brett's streams while discussing the popular Pokemon Go game, which was a huge fad for all of the loser nerds out there.
Oh yeah, I can totally understand. I can understand your proxy.
It's all good. So,
Okay,
Dean,
that's
while
not a
Brother
Louisiana
Brown
accent.
helps away from the
This is
computer,
bullshit.
tell me a little bit about yourself. You're from Louisiana. What's it like down there?
Pretty crazy, but crazy thing is, I went to high school with TJ Kirk, whatever.
You did. How'd that work out for you?
It was pretty disgusting. He was the worst.
It was pretty disgusting.
So they went to high school with me, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, this sounds like fucking fake ass shit.
Oh yeah, it sounds so fake already.
I mean, like,
he's not mentioning
okay,
any of the high schools or anything.
Here's
either.
the problem with this already. Like, no one I went to high school with ever fucking would have even known me as anything other than the tall, quiet guy.
Oh, just wait until how he describes you. It's fucking ridiculous.
Person I ever knew.
You actually went to high school with him in Louisiana, and he was the worst person you've ever known. Out of all
listen to this leading.
Dude, that's so ridiculous.
Listen to this fucking leading.
Okay, TJ did not really communicate with anyone. There's no fucking way that TJ would have been the worst fucking person.
I was the most asocial person, and I mean, like, Brett is like coaching this guy through this fucking story. I mean, this is bullshit.
Oh, it's transparent, dude. It's transparently somebody that Brett Keane is affiliated with, that he got to make this fucking call in and make these spurious claims so he would have something to use against you. It's so transparent, dude.
I want to hear the rest, though. This is great.
This is probably the same fucker that made that message from me.
Oh, yeah.
People in high school, he was the worst.
Yeah, he would always come in, be rude to the teachers. He would always be rude. Spat on one of the teachers' faces one time. It was pretty gross.
Dude, you were so full of shit, because you know what? There's no way in Louisiana TJ would not have gotten in trouble for that, and I would have fucking heard about it. There's no fucking way.
Did they have corporal punishment in your school?
Yes.
Yeah, so TJ would have got his ass whacked for doing something.
There's
Probably would have
no-
got the cops called on him, too.
Oh, yeah, there's no fucking way that would have...
At the very least, I would have been suspended for like 15 days for that.
There's no fucking way. This dude, he's officially entered bullshit territory. He did not go to school with TJ.
Wow. Goodness gracious.
Wow.
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 That's a
you're not even, dude, Brett, you're not even fucking surprised. You're such a fucking bad fucking liar, dude. Wow, TJ committed, whatever the guy his name is, TJ committed a crime and he did a lot of bad stuff. I'm shocked.
Wow. Read the next bullet point.
The lines I fed to you, you're delivering them just like we planned.
Wow.
Read that next bullet point that I sent to you. Wow. So TJ spat in the teacher's face. Wow.
It was right around the time my dad knocked out my teeth.
Wow.
Sorry about this, but,
were you in the same class with them, or he was just you seen him from time to time?
we had like one class with each other, but then
each other. That is Louisiana.
No.
Thick Southern accent.
Oh god, that's such bullshit.
We went to school with each other. That's not how people from Louisiana talk.
Grade A bullshit.
Then he dropped out. But there was a rumor that he dropped out because he raped somebody.
Damn, really?
Yeah, apparently he raped someone at the high school, but I don't know who it is, but
I have no evidence, but apparently that happened. Dude, you didn't go to school with TJ. You don't even know the name of the fucking high school. What class was it even? What teacher was it? You know, like, there's all records of this stuff, so if you did all that, then we could verify what you're saying.
So here's what we're supposed to believe. Somebody called up Brett Keane's hangout on the whim, just discovered Brett Keane within the last couple of days. I just found out about you. You heard him at the beginning. And just happens to want to feed Brett Keane a bunch of negative information about you. Brett, this is so fucking transparently concocted by you that it's sad that it even exists. It's super fucking sad that this exists.
I mean, they're right about me being a rapist, though. I mean, I have raped.
Okay, literally, if it was anyone but Brett Keane, I would say it was beneath them. But Brett, there's just no low for Brett, so it's nothing can be beneath Brett.
No, there's no bottom floor.
People are saying that this is slander.
I would say yes.
Unfortunately,
no evidence.
But of course, it's not Brett saying it.
It's not Brett.
It's Proxy saying
That's
it.
why it's not Brett Keane saying this shit. That's why it's little fucking
anonymous Proxy. Yeah.
Dean Bryan, random guy who called in my show, said this stuff, and then never appeared again.
Yep.
It's like, whatever.
Raped somebody he was accused of it, and then he disappeared.
My goodness. You're saying that the Amazing Atheist was at your high school, in your area, and he actually dropped out of high school
what area
because of
is that even?
accusations of rape. These are your words. I didn't say this.
How transparent is that?
Done! It's done!
There it is, dude. Like, it's you don't even have to fucking comment on it, Brett. It's so fucking. I want to imply that the amazing atheist is a rapist, but I don't want to subject myself to legal problems. So let me get one of my crazy cronies to crawl in and pretend he went to high school with Oh my God, Brett. Just stop.
I'm not saying it.
The peasants felt they had defeated Brett's accusation that most likely he got someone else to say, so he didn't have to be targeted for these slander charges. Unknown to the peasants, however, they were about to get a new upper hand in the Manatee War. Episode 266. A call came into the peasants on their Pokemon hotline. It wasn't really addressed where this came from or why, though DP historians speculate they didn't want Brett to have a monopoly on Pokemon Go advice. Why it was never advertised before, who knows? Maybe it was, but that timeline was erased by the Mandela effect, and we just forgot the origins. As Paul apparently had to leave to take a shit, the phone rang, and a caller by the name of Bruce Beef Potato wouldn't just give Pokemon Go advice, but basically made accusations against Brett. Not the peasants, they didn't say this, but Bruce Beef Potato made the following claims. Not the drunken peasants.
So you're a truck driver and you were going through Missouri.
Yes, I was going through Missouri. And I was in some shitty little town in Missouri. I don't quite remember the name of it, but some shit little town in Missouri. I got lost. I took the wrong exit and I got lost in some shit neighborhood, right? So I'm rolling around.
Driving a truck through Missouri, got lost.
Yep, got lost.
Yeah.
And there's a man by the side of the road in this neighborhood, right? And I can see him up in the head. It looks like he's doing something. He's not wearing a shirt. Just a big old fat dude with gray hair, wearing a pair of like Oakley sunglasses and shit. And I pulled up on him to see what he was doing, and I shit you not, man, he was fucking a dog. Like fucking a dog right in the ass in the middle of the street in this shitty little town in Missouri. So I pulled over, I care about animals and stuff.
So wait a minute. So you saw a man with white hair, wearing Oakley, just cheap $5 Oakley ripoff sunglasses, shirtless, in the street, fucking a dog in some small shithole town in Missouri.
And did this person look anything like the person we have on the screen right now? Would you say that's a...
It's kind of hard to tell because the person on the screen here, was wearing a shirt, and this dude was not wearing a shirt, but definitely got the hair color right. He didn't have no teeth, the dude. So I pulled over, and I was going to stop him from hurting this dog. And I said, "Sir, what are you doing to that dog?" And he looked, I'll never forget it, man. It chilled me to the bone. He looked me right in the face, and he said, "If you don't fucking leave, there's going to be a situation." And I just knew that, I needed to get back in my truck. But, man, he was fucking that dog, man. He fucked that dog crazy.
Holy
so
shit.
there you go. There you go.
So someone matching the description and mannerisms of Brett Keane was fucking a dog.
And you are an eyewitness, Mr.
Yes. Now, we're not saying this.
We're not saying this.
This guest who called in, we were just here to talk about Pokemon when all of a sudden this gentleman called us and has dropped this bombshell information. We're not saying this. This gentleman is saying this.
The man fitting the description of Brett Keane.
Yeah. My name is Bruce Beef Potato. So
we can't say
this is Bruce Beef Potato saying this, not the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Bruce eventually concluded that a Pikachu could be found in Festus, Missouri. This wasn't the only call the peasants got on the Pokemon hotline. The next few episodes, they would receive calls on the Pokemon hotline, mostly giving tips, but each strangely seemed to reveal more and more about the Manatee. Rufus Scudder came on to say that Dorn used to be his son, Donnie, before he became a transgendered. Spud Vanderhoff would claim Bruce Beef Potato was full of shit and that the dogs fucked Brett. Manatee Makachi claimed he saw a man with Brett's appearance stop an out-of-control bus with his bare feet. And Mark Bunce actually called in to reveal that a starving manatee was in his front yard that could have been Brett.
We're going to do the individual Brett Keane segment situation. Hold on. What?
What is that? Is that the Pokemon?
Yeah, the Pokemon hotline.
Oh, really? Answer it.
Someone, yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. So, do we have a caller on the line?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the Pokemon hotline, man.
Hello. I didn't really want to talk about Pokemon, but guys, there was a big ass fucking manatee in my front yard, and he's eating a lot of mac and cheese right now. Lots of mac and cheese, and oh wait,
in your yard currently, right this very second?
right this second. Yeah.
Hold on. So you're calling it in live right now?
I am. No, this guy is slobbering. He's a big fat fucking manatee, just eating a bunch of mac and. Wait, hold on. He's pulling out a bowl of chili right now. It looks like some good chili. There's no cheese. But
no cheese.
It looks like some good chili.
You should put some of the mac and cheese in there, you know.
So what's your name, caller?
My name is Mark.
Mark what?
Mark, Bunce. Mark Bunce.
Mark Bunce?
Mark Bunce.
Man, you're quick on your feet. You're quick on your feet,
My name is
caller.
Jim Ass. Don't laugh at this guy's name, okay?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that guy's got a worse name than I do.
Okay, rock on.
All right, Mark Bunce.
Mark Bunce. Is he doing anything else? What's else?
Yeah, funny motherfuckers.
What's he doing?
So are you gonna, Mark? Are you gonna call animal control on that manatee in your yard, or are you just gonna let it sit out there and eat chili? Mark, are you there? Anything, Mark? You got anything, Mark?
Hold on. He's pulling out more chili, more mac and cheese. Okay. No, I'm gonna put the microphone up. Hey, we get out my front yard. Okay, yeah, that was him. Yeah.
He's just chewing. He won't even respond to you.
He won't even respond.
Is he making eye contact or what?
No, he's just chewing.
Is there a dog there by any chance?
He keeps saying no. He keeps saying no cheese. I don't even know what he's talking about there.
At this point, the peasants felt the need to tell people to use the Pokemon hotline for actual Pokemon tips, as many were now coming on without tips.
You know what? In the future, like, this is a Pokemon hotline, guys. Like, we're just trying to talk about Pokemon. So if you don't have Pokemon information,
and I just want to say that, like,
why do you guys have a bunch of stupid fuckers like this Mark Bunce dipshit calling in and
I don't know, man.
Pokemon.
We're trying to get some good Pokemon Go tips, and it's like, you know, these people keep calling in with unrelated bullshit.
And we get like
Crazy.
naked fat dudes eating, you know, chili and mac and cheese in people's front yards. What?
It's not good.
I mean, like,
it's not right.
But we didn't say that. Mark Bunce said that.
Yeah, Mark Bunce. Mark, it is a fucking Pokemon hotline, not a manatee eating mac and cheese hotline. Yeah, fuck you, Jim, you son of a bitch.
Wait a minute, Mark, your voice got really deep. What happened there, Mark? You okay?
Mark's voice just got like 10
Mark,
times
did you
deeper.
Did you forget which voice you were using for yourself, Mark?
I think Mark hung up.
He's gone now. He's
Mark's
fucking
gone.
gone, dude.
He's
fucking
done.
gone.
The damage to Brett's reputation, or what was left, had been done. Episode 267, Crazy Craigslist ads finally returned to the show, now with a new voice to read ads, Rybi Jenkins. Goddess Rybi had the ability to arouse men to a degree never before heard of with her extremely seductive voice. It even had the power to convert Paul to bestiality.
Are you looking for a woman with evil appetites? Well, we have nasty, evil, sweaty, probably illegal sexual encounters in order to bring out the rise of Lucifer, i.e. Satan. You must be willing to do all styles of sexual positions, except missionary. That's the Lord's way, and we will have none of that. Besides, if we do it missionary, Satan gets angry and a kitten dies. And I like kittens. Meow.
I mean, the chances of me answering an ad like that are almost zero unless it's read to me in that voice. Now I just want to be like deep dicked by a little woodland creature or something on a satanic altar. Like, you've talked me into it.
However, science is yet to fully understand this trait this woman possesses, and why it appears not all men are affected. In fact, it seemed to have the opposite effect on some, as the fan base was widely divided, and many did hate Rybi. The Craigslist ad segment was backburnered, and TJ's brother would declare war on Rybi, getting his Jewish lawyer involved in a lawsuit against her. Thus, Rybi would not appear regularly on the show. Those that are still fans followed her to My Free Cams, hoping for a strip show, but the only fapping material they would get was from her Twitter. Rybi wasn't the only guest during this time to be highly controversial. Egghead had been around since the earliest days of peasant history. He first got his start on Drunken Peasants when he would frequently submit questions to the Q&A segment, which wasn't worth bringing up during the Stoned Age episode because universally the audience didn't give a shit about the QA segment, which was why it was stopped.
Why is he still here?
I don't know.
Alright, this is my third question for the Drunken Peasants podcast. My question for you guys is this. If
He
you
has a very ovular head.
His head is ovulating.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he just painted his neck black and then drew some little white legs and, like, made his face white, he could look like Humpty Dumpty. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you're so mean.
What? I would do it if my head was that shape, but it's not. My head is like a fucking giant melon.
He could be Humpty Dumpty.
He would be Humpty Dumpty. TJ just says he'd be Humpty.
I would do it.
That's okay.
I don't care.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would be like, I'd even do videos of that.
Egghead would become one of the cringiest guests to appear on DP when he made his Patreon appearances. The peasants would commonly make fun of him, but were kind enough to hang out with him during the 2016 New Orleans meetup. He, however, had to leave early from all of the drinking and drugs at the meetup, as he just happened to have to catch an X-Wing back to Texas. All hell would break loose for Egghead, however, after it was revealed a GoFundMe he was doing for his fiancée, known as Egg Tits, and himself, as they were going through financial troubles. It was then revealed that the financial troubles stemmed from legal payments Egg Tits owed from being charged with attacking a child for tapping a child on the head that annoyed her at a preschool she worked at. This fact was left out of the GoFundMe, and when DP fans called out Egghead for scamming the DP fanbase, Egghead would lose it, and the peasants watched his meltdown on episode 274.
You just posted this. It's been like a month of people saying this.
It's been up for like 2 days max.
Yeah, it's been up for 2 days. What problem do you have with scrutiny? I don't really get it. If the reasons are legitimate, then there should be no problem.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get scrutiny if you're going to be completely vague about the reason that you want the money. I mean, like, it could just be like, we need the money because of this. I mean, like, that's what we always do.
Yeah.
You know, we say we need the money because we want this, or we want the money because we want that.
Yeah, if you just laid it out as to why you wanted it, I don't think anyone would have questioned it. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense, but you left it very vague and nebulous. So
When it's not. My fucking video, we need help. 67 likes and fucking 34 dislikes.
okay.
My fucking fiance got fucking gypped by the goddamn... My fucking fiance got fucking gypped by the fucking legal system of fucking crooked America.
Mm-hmm.
This may be personal, but how the fuck did Egg Tits get on parole?
No details, guys. I'm not telling.
Well, I want to fucking tell.
I don't want you to.
And see, like, look, Egghead actually wants to be honest at this point. He wants to be honest about about what's going on. He really does.
Let's look at this transaction.
So here's Scotty
Egghead.
defending Egghead.
I'll say that at least from a public standpoint, he is saying, let's tell the truth.
Galen, a friend of the show who had been on some of the earliest episodes of DP, though he had determined the show was far too beneath him, had taken on Egghead's claims as he attempted to defend Egg Tits and attacked the child that she had attacked as if it never really happened. Episode 275, Galen and Egghead brought the drama to the peasants for all to enjoy as the two argued back and forth. Well, really, Egghead got stomped on.
Brittany was working at a daycare center. She was having a really bad day, and one of the kids was being an ass, and she tapped him on the head to get him to stop, and then she was thrown in jail. By the way, Egghead has been going around talking about how this kid is an ass and telling people not to tell other people. So he's not only explaining this, and he also says it in different stories where the hitting was, but he's not only doing that, but then he's going around ripping the child. I've seen him ripping the fucking mother. That's what you're doing. You've been caught. You have been doing it.
That's what Brittany's been telling me.
No,
that's what
you've
Brittany
been
told me
telling
from day
about what
one.
you thought too.
I've been basically recounting everything that she has told me. She told me what had happened from day one when I fucking met her. When I first said that I met her, she didn't want to tell me why she was on probation. I had to force it out of her. I had to
when you got with her,
I had to force it out of her.
Yeah, you said when you got with her, you had promised to pay off all her money.
Yeah, I would help. I would help.
Sound more like Steve Shives or something in a relationship than anything.
Fucking God, I am not like Steve Shives.
You're not?
I'm not like Shives. For
you don't lie?
fuck's sake.
Have you ever lied? Can you admit anything? I mean, you have asked people to pay the penalties and you lied. Last year, you've committed fraud several times. You've been caught red-handed over and over, and you don't accept anything.
Galen.
So it's ridiculous that you have all these records and you plead ignorance. You know, to me, that's a fucking it's disgraceful.
Galen, I'm not okay. I've said this already. The fucking GoFundMe that from last year was not about the fucking charge. The GoFundMe for this year, earlier, was not about the charge. It wasn't.
It wasn't. And what proof do you have of that? Because all the money aligns that is with the payments that you made are an exact alignment, just like this year's. Wait a minute. So you want us to take your word when at every time and through this in the statements that you've made for the last few weeks, you have lied, and I can prove it. I have screenshots from people you know who all have been telling me you're a fucking liar at every fucking turn. Every people around you are all saying this. Dude, you want us to believe you. It's like, because I said so fallacy.
I'm not fucking trying to
show some goddamn evidence at this point to show your honesty and back up and have an argument. You have fucking nothing but cry like a bitch.
Goddamn film editing job.
Crocodile fucking tears. I'm sick of it.
Got a goddamn film editing job for fucking last year. I was getting paid full time.
The fallout from the scandal basically ended Egghead, as he was already not well liked by many in the fan base. His appearances and mentions practically dissolved from this point on, and it was clear TJ's brother in the future, when Egghead would be mentioned or made appearances, had no more love for this man. As of now, Egghead is still alive despite many claims from the DP chat that he was dead. In September 2016, the peasants left one armpit of America for another, moving from their home in Columbus, Ohio to Bellevue, Washington. Here they would now have a new studio just for the Drunken Peasants. The Peasants first aired in Washington on episode 279, but this was just at TJ's house, as it would take time to set the studio up. During this time, Peasants would greatly cover the United States election during the news segment.
I love this nation, it's true, it's true. Every donor dollar in my mansion was made for you. Let's would have done all those things that Sanders said, but now nobody's able, 'cause he couldn't accept my dominion.
The nation would become divided into those behind a cranky old buffoon Trump, those behind the lizard queen Hillary, and those that realized the shit show they were watching and wanted a third option. No, not Gary Johnson, a president who would have been much better than communist Bernie Sanders. Puking dog. Sometime off air, TJ and TJ's brother entered a $500 bet on who would win, with TJ on the side of Trump. With everyone assured of Hillary's victory, TJ became disheartened, and TJ's brother was sure he was about to make bank. But the two were unaware that Vladimir Putin had other plans for the election.
So farewell, fuck off, Trump's your fault. Every primary's rigged deep inside my lizard hole.
On episode 295, the peasants for over 6 hours covered the election results live, and as time went on, it was becoming clear that everyone but TJ had been wrong, leading his brother to flip out.
Model. Trump is getting close to taking Pennsylvania.
Trump is pulling ahead and pinning. It's over. If he takes Pennsylvania, it's over.
It's over.
And again, as you
Hillary
go through all this,
is a
it just-
fucking.
it
Hillary,
is
you are a
stunning
fucking
when you see what is
disaster. You
happening,
are.
and
Trump
largely
was right.
as
You
Jake
are a
was talking
fucking
about in these
disaster. You
white
fucking.
working-class areas. So you start
Fucking
right here,
worthless ass
and you're in the
fucking
vice
Hillary,
president's
man.
hometown
So
here.
shocking.
It's 50%
Fuck you, Hillary.
This is actually happening.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe it.
Joe Biden is on
Dude,
the
this is.
ballot,
Dude, let's
So
just
then you
get
go
this
next
over
door
with.
here,
What? You're gonna pay him
County.
already?
It's a small county.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I can see the writing on the
58% there
fucking
for
wall.
Donald Trump.
Dude, if you pay him
President won
and
this with
Hillary
52%.
wins,
You're
he doesn't
finding
have to
these
give you the
counties
money
all
back.
across the country.
Yeah, you better
Even
win.
in
No, I'm
states
not.
Clinton is
Well,
winning.
you don't get to
find it in
fucking
Virginia.
decide, but it's not your
The state
fucking
that
money. You don't get to fucking determine who the fucking. If Hillary wins, if I don't get the money back.
Here, I'm mad.
Who the fuck is you? Are you the fucking arbiter? Well, damn right, it's $1,000, Ben. Okay, Ben, you cheap motherfucker. You tell me if I took $1,000 from you, you would just be like, okay, man.
I wasn't gonna bet it.
No, I'm not talking about what you did or didn't do. I'm saying if you lost $1,000 to me, would you just be like, okay?
Scotty's very happy about losing this.
That's what I'm saying. Ben acts like he'd be happy about it. He wouldn't.
President Obama.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying you made the bet. You honestly did.
Nobody would be, and Scotty.
I also didn't say I'd be happy about it.
I mean, I think Scotty and I were in the same boat at the beginning.
But yeah, Ben. I know, Ben. We can play the semantics game, but the point was that you were saying, oh, why are you so pissed off? Basically, that was your basically. What
I mean, the only difference between Scotty and us is we didn't bet TJ $1,000. I mean, really, honestly, 'cause we were on the.
Who's
same...
gonna be thrilled they lost $1,000 fucking dollars? Exactly.
I'd be fucking devastated if I lost $1,000 tonight.
That's why you hear me being upset, Ben. Oh my God, I lost $1,000. No, I guess according to Ben, I should be doing cartwheels. Yeah.
But hey, if Trump does pull this out, the Drunken Peasants is going to be fun for the next 4 years.
Oh, it is. I mean, I'm feeling Trump victory right now. I mean,
I'm starting to.
I don't know. Why wouldn't you? You're gonna win $1,000. If I was you, I'd be fucking jumping up and down with joy.
I mean, I'm still kind of like in shock that I'm actually gonna win this.
I know.
So
I am too.
Yeah, at the beginning of this stream.
I mean, I knew there was a chance, but honestly, I thought
God, what a fucking route!
I thought almost for sure at the end of the night I'd be giving Scotty this money.
Dude, Hillary is the most disappointing candidate to ever come out
You
of the.
fucking suck, Hillary.
She's worse than that one guy. Who did they run against? George H.W. Bush. That one. Dukakis. She's the next Dukakis, man. What a
Hillary Dukakis.
Yes, she fucking is, dude. She fucking is.
At the end of the stream, TJ's brother had to kneel and pay the amazing atheist the money he won.
I would have to admit that Trump won, and I owe you $1,000.
Who was right, Scotty?
You were right.
Who was wrong, Scotty?
I was wrong.
Give me the money, Scotty.
And it's done.
Wow.
And it is done.
Holy shit.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call election.
Now, Paul, I commit seppuku.
Yeah, that is DP election coverage.
That's DP election 2016, I guess. What a fucking.
I win.
What
For
a
once, I fucking win. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 fucking goddamn dollars.
And thus would begin a new age of rule by the alt-right, and the peasants were ready to bring in the money under the Donald Trump presidency. Before departing for Seattle, peasants were attempting to interview Brett Keane to release a special Vimeo episode similar to the Tommy Sotomayor one. However, Brett was being difficult, even with the promise of getting $1,000 out of the deal. War continued, and Kaiser Scoopy escalated the conflict when Brett had been asking for money for a new camera.
Manatee comes out to play. Manatee come out to play.
Scotty bought the camera Brett wanted for episode 288 and let fans decide the fate of the camera. The fans, of course, said to smash the camera rather than send it to Brett.
There it is.
Hold still. Yeah, this is the camera, Brett.
Okay,
Keep on.
Brett, the people have fucking spoken. This is not me doing this. This is not me doing this, man.
It's not Scotty doing it.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I mean, that's already fucked.
Hold on, Scotty.
Go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, that was like the screen, the LCD screen.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
It's all over, Brett. There it went.
What the
Oh.
fuck? Oh. Damn, Brett. I don't want to get hit in the head with pieces of this camera.
It's your wuss, Ben.
I am. I'm a total wuss.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
Oh,
Yep, that's
fuck,
fucked.
dude.
That is
What
fucked.
happens, Brett? You fuck with us, Brett. Here's your fucking camera, bitch. Here's your fucking camera. Do you want it? Oh, shit. Hold on.
Looks good. Looks good. That's fixable, man. That's all right. We can make that work.
Oh, my God.
After much drama, Brett finally caved and appeared on the special episode for the $1,000, saying he'd give the money to his friend Jesus Freak for his daughter's operation. But after the fact, Jesus Freak refused to take the money. Brett may have made $1,000 here, but caving to the peasants showed that they had finally had the upper hand. They had all of the cards now, and made Brett look terrible during these specials. It was clear the peasants had made it through the Manatee War to make it to episode 299 and enter their brand new studio. And episode 300 then aired, with a game show known as Wheel of Misfortune. Here, Paul, Mr. Repsion, and Pitmonk would face off in trivia-style questions, and if they answered wrong, they had to spin the Wheel of Misfortune and take the punishment from a dominatrix, Juniper Gin.
The thud. I mean, right now we're hearing the thud as this hits Paul's flesh. In a visible. I mean, like, there's a pain reaction each time.
Paul owned during the show, pretty much getting all of the points. And Repsion was made a fool of for only getting one question right, and also believing he had to snort peppercorns whole.
Could have been Repsion's, but Repsion is weak.
It wasn't that bad, bro. They're really not.
I didn't know he was going to grind him up.
So sad.
He didn't know you was going to grind him up. That's the reason he chose not to do it.
Grind it.
He had to do the whole peppercorn.
It was thought of as episode 300 being a major sign of the great times to come for the Drunken Peasants podcast. But the Manatee War had taken more of a toll on the show than was once thought. The cost of the war had been tremendous, and outside forces were turning their attention to this vulnerability. Times were about to change for the peasants, and it wasn't going to be for the better.